What's up, guys? So before we get to the main point of the video, I just want to let you guys know in a little backstory of mine. So where I used to live, I lived in a house. It was a 2-story house. This was before the economy just went and everyone got affected. And that fucking house was haunted. It was haunted like a motherfucker. So I'm gonna tell you some of my stories that are pretty big, and then after this we're gonna get to the video of me trying to catch what's in my new house. So first story. So like I said, it was a house. It was a big house. We had a basement and we had an attic. We were using the basement. We were using all of our closets, and one of our closet had an attic. An attic. Am I saying that right?
A few moments later.
Anyways, my house had an attic. We've never touched it. One room was occupied by my uncle and my aunt on my mom's side, and they just had a recent newborn baby. Yeah. You know how it's said that like bad entities tend to crave on the innocent. A newborn baby. Let me just say this too. My dad didn't tell me all these stories I'm about to tell you. Never knew they experienced these things until he randomly said it, and I heard he was telling. So we had an attic. Have you guys seen Paranormal Activity? That shit fucking, all the crazy shit starts when that dumbass guy goes in the attic, finds a picture of, I think it was his wife, and it was burnt, and the wife was like, what? Like that picture got burned down, and he takes the shit out, and that's when all the bad shit starts happening. Okay, so he goes up to the attic and he finds newspapers everywhere. Burnt newspapers everywhere. He also finds porn magazines. And he found a broken cross. And he found black and white pictures of white people. We don't know who they are. So there's that. Okay, so it was up and downstairs. So the newborn baby was sleeping in her bed, in my aunt's bed, a grown-up bed, not in her crib, a bed. The bed didn't have any walls or anything, so the baby wouldn't fall out, and the bed was against the wall, so one side was free for her to fall off. I built her a fort on the corner of the bed, a tall-ass fort of pillows and stuffed animals, so she wouldn't fall off. So I go downstairs, everyone was downstairs. I don't remember what we're doing, but we're all downstairs. And you know those baby monitors, the ones that are like with the lights? I was looking down, and I remember looking at the baby monitor, and the lights are going on and off, but no sound was coming out. Literally like a millisecond later after that, that's all we hear from upstairs. Everyone just automatically runs, and all I hear is the baby crying. The baby fell off the bed. But here's the thing. The fort I built on the corner of the bed, no stuffed animal was falling off. No, nothing. It was still there. So, can you guys tell me how she fell off? This is a story I only tell my close friends. I don't tell just anyone, because I don't want people to think I'm a demonic child or anything. But this story, it's a story that comes from the movies. It's a story that you hear in movies. That's also why I don't tell people, because I know people won't believe me. But this is what happened. If you don't believe me, okay. So my last story, this one. Now this one, it's a story. When I tell people this story, I can tell in the look of their face they don't believe me. So I used to be really afraid of the dark. Okay, so whenever I would go into my room, you know, mine and my parents' room, I'd always tell my dad or my mom to turn on the light for me first before I would go in. So this one time, I remember, I think it was SpongeBob was about to premiere a new episode, and it was already 8 o'clock, and my dad was still eating, and he's the slowest eater ever. And I remember my thoughts being like, fuck, I need to watch this new episode. Like, I need to watch this new episode. My dad was like, wait till I finish eating, and I looked at his plate and I was like, oh my god. I remember I went upstairs and I was looking at my room, my dark room. I was like, I have a nephew who's a few years older than me, and he's not afraid of the dark. I need to do this. So let me explain it to you. Circle is the door where I'm standing. The square is the TV. The circle is the lamp. The rectangle is my parents' bed. So the zigzag lines are 2 big mirrors my dad has hanging up on the wall. You see them? Now, we didn't find this out till we started telling this story to my grandma. She's like, are you stupid? Didn't you know that holding 2 mirrors in front of each other opens a portal to the spirit world? So here we are. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna run to the TV, turn on the TV, and then run to the light and turn it on. I was at the door. I start counting. 1, 2, 3. I run. I stop right here between these 2 mirrors. To this day, I think back. I don't know why I stopped. I've had a moment of shock recently where I froze and I didn't speak, I didn't talk, and I just froze. And I thought back to that moment and I look at this mirror and I see something. A black shadow walking behind me. Walking behind me. Taking its time. It wasn't a human form. I don't know what it was. I have no reason to lie to you guys, but this is what I saw. Okay. I didn't put any legs because, you know, I figured the legs are covered by the bed. And once it hit the light in the hallway of my door, it disappeared.